Hello everyone. I was recently here in the toy aisles of Dollar Tree in search of toys I could DIY into home decor. Please watch to see which 3 toys I bought, transformed, and decorated with. Well, I finally decided on some toys, so let's see how this goes. I was so excited when Melissa of Melissa Makes It DIY asked me to join her along with Jackie of Crafting in Mimi's World, Leah of Junkernecker, Megan of The Crafty Quinn, and Marjorie of Jeter Blessings to take part in this really fun collaboration where we take Dollar Tree toys and turn them into home decor. Boy, was this a challenge for me, but as I've said many times before, I love a good challenge. This turned out to be loads of fun. Thank you so much, Melissa, for asking me to join you. And to everyone watching, I hope you'll watch the playlist linked in my description to see everyone's creation. The very first toy that I bought was this skillet with 2 utensils. I'm just taking it apart here. And when I saw this skillet, it reminded me of another home decor piece that I have. So you're going to see after I make this how I display this DIY with that piece that inspired this. So I'm taking this old picture frame, taking the backing here, and I found this really cute, nostalgic looking red and white checkered fabric. And all I'm going to do is hot glue the fabric onto the back of this piece of cardboard here. And I'm certainly not getting fancy at all. I'm just trying to glue it down so that it stays. And without fail, every time I make a video, I need to keep filling in those glue sticks. They run out very quickly, but I'm just making sure to pull the fabric nice and taut so that the fabric doesn't sort of bunch up when you see the front of it. And I'm continuing on to glue it. And there's the front there. And so I'm taking this skillet. I'm going to place the fabric inside this skillet and outline the inside of it as carefully as possible to get a perfect, and it won't be perfect, but sort of a perfect circle. Confession, this is the second time I did this. The first time I did it, the circle came out a bit lopsided, so I was a lot more careful the second time. And as I'm cutting my circle, I can already see that the circle does look more perfect, if you will, than the first one that I had cut out. And when I'm done here, you can see that it actually fits in very nicely. So I'm hot gluing the inside of the skillet and just placing that right in there. I'm taking this 2-sided tape. It's a bit puffy, which is perfect. I want to give this project sort of a shadow box look. So I'm going to take these 2 pieces and actually put them one on top of the other, hoping to give this a bit of a 3D effect. And then I'm going to hot glue the utensils down. We have our first one there, and then the second one gets hot glued right down. And then I'm simply going to place that inside of our frame. And that is number 1. Now let me show you the inspiration piece for this piece, and I'll show you how and where I display this. The second toy that I bought are these 2 skipping ropes, and along with the skipping ropes I bought these ever so popular cylinder vases, also from Dollar Tree. I do see these being used a lot by a lot of DIYers on YouTube. I'm putting that aside. I just cleaned it off with some rubbing alcohol. And while that dries, I'm just cutting off the handles and unraveling the skipping rope. I'm starting off this project by wrapping this skipping rope all around this vase, sort of one row at a time. And I continue to hot glue and hot glue. Let me tell you, this project took so much hot glue because I made sure to cover almost every sort of inch of it with hot glue. I wanted this to be a permanent project. And so I just continue on with the hot glue, wrapping it all around. This did take quite a bit of time to do, and I probably could have sped this up even a bit faster, but I do want everyone to get a good feel of really what's involved in making some of these projects. So here I keep wrapping and wrapping, and you'll see that I cut some of it off. I cut it off so that we end up at the same place where we started, because I would like the skipping rope for both skipping ropes to start and stop at the same spot on the vase so that we have a very obvious back of the vase and an obvious front of the vase. Now this skipping rope, I noted, the second one was a bit thicker than the first one. And there we go again, adding another glue stick. It is thicker than the first one and a little more stiff. I can only assume that they were skipping ropes from two different batches, perhaps when they were manufactured. And I have to say that the skipping ropes came in some really pretty colors. I decided for pink because I'm really feeling pink lately, and I'm loving it, and I'm so happy that I did. So I'm almost at the end here. We continue to wrap and wrap our skipping rope all around. We're just about at the end there. And we're just snipping off that tiny bit so that, again, we start and stop at the same place there. And then I have this beautiful, gorgeous peacock brooch that I am hot gluing right down to the vase. So let's see how and where I decorate with this piece. My third and final toy is this really cute little purse. So I'm just emptying it out. It came with these cute little accessories that I'll probably give away. And the handle of the purse and the top of this purse have this raised pattern on it. And what I'm going to do is outline that pattern with this gold metallic paint that I purchased, also at Dollar Tree. Just taking my thin little brush and going around very imperfectly, just sort of going around and just going on the raised parts of this piece. And it came out quite nicely. And this is a mermaid looking purse. So that's a shell right there in the middle and all these curly cues. So that came out quite nicely. And then I washed my brush, put it to the side, and then the body of the purse I'm going to paint with black paint, also from Dollar Tree. And it is sort of scaled, if you will. It is meant to look like a mermaid, and so it's got these scales on it that you would see on a mermaid. So the first coat of paint was not enough for this. It did require a second coat, but after I did the first coat, I did go in with that brush that I had just washed, and I go into all the little crevices. There was quite a few that needed a sort of a more smaller detailed brush. And once I did that, it looked a lot better. I did go off camera and I dried it up with my blow dryer. And once it was dried, I did give it that second coat. It did look a lot nicer with that second coat on it. I took it off to the side again and blow dried it. And once that was completely dry, I added these little gold jewels. They are self-adhesive, just little gold gems. And I'm placing them just all over, scattering them on the scales of the purse. And the sparkly gold gems look nice with the gold metallic paint that I painted on the top of the purse. I just keep putting those all over. And I did touch up a tiny spot. And that's it. Okay, now let's see where and how I decorated with this piece. I think it turned out really cute. I'm quite happy with the way everything turned out, and I'm pleased that I actually pulled this off. I took 3 Dollar Tree toys and I turned them into home decor. I did not think it was going to happen at one point. I was pretty worried, but you know what? It came out quite nicely. I thank you all for watching, and thank you to all the lovely ladies that are part of this collaboration.